Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob. We in the building as always, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. On my way to go get it as always, man. I hope y'all doing the same. On the road to 2K. We well into the 1,200 point. We about to crack that 1,300, man. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob for making this possible. You know what I'm saying? Go to MazumaMerch.com, man. We getting purchases from all over the world, man. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Get you a crew neck. Get you a hoodie for the cold weather, man. Get you a long sleeve t-shirt. Get you a t-shirt in general, man. Coffee mugs, stickers. Bro, it's all available on MazumaMerch.com. 100% made by me. So anything you purchase, man, is appreciated as always. But what I really want to get into today is what really inspired this video, in all honesty, was a poll that I believe I seen from AM Sports Media, man. If y'all haven't seen that channel, go check it out. You know what I mean? I think it was AM Sports Media. And the question they had put up on a poll was, which was the bigger fight between Bud and Spence 2 or Terence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis? Which is a great question, you know what I'm saying? Because those are the two biggest fights for Bud Crawford to make at this particular point in time, in my opinion. Due to the fact that Canelo's not looking in Bud's direction, so that's very unlikely. Jamel's caught up in an IBF mandatory. The Tim Tszyu fight is there, but it's not the most attractive fight. You know what I mean? It's not, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I would like to see it, but it's not the most attractive fight. So they go in there, ask the question, so I automatically clicked the answer that I thought was, you know what I'm saying? I thought was easy to answer. And with the poll, it actually had Terence Crawford and Spence rematch with the bigger percentage. There's a majority of people that voted on the poll genuinely believe that Spence and Bud Part 2 will be more intriguing than Bud versus Jaron Ennis, which blew my mind in all honesty. I was like, wow. Like, I didn't really expect to see like that much of a difference in the poll. In all honesty, I thought it'd been the opposite. Because for real, there's a lot of people demanding the Jaron Ennis and Bud Crawford fight. So I thought that Bud and Ennis would have had a bigger percentage. But nonetheless, man, it was something that really left me confused, because I really genuinely feel like at this point in time that Bud and Boots is a way more intriguing fight than the rematch between Bud and Spence. You know what I'm saying? And it's a simple reason behind that. The way in which Bud dominated Spence, why would you want to see a rematch? Like, it wasn't close at all. It wasn't competitive at all. It was a one-sided ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of love for Spence. It's not no disrespect or anything like that. I was rooting for Spence to win. I'm a huge Errol Spence fan. Also a fan of Bud, but I was rooting for Errol more. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely wanted to see Errol go undisputed. I thought it would have been a dope feat on his jacket, because, you know, Bud already accomplished it. But nonetheless, man, he became undisputed 2 times in 2 different weight classes. You know what I'm saying? And in that fight, you could just see that Bud had the advantage at every aspect: physical strength, punching power, timing, boxing IQ, everything. Like, he dominated in every aspect of the fight. So when I seen that people were voting more for the rematch, I'm like, why? You know what I mean? Like, it's such a shocker to me that it's like, you guys understand that when they do this rematch, that it's gonna be extremely hard to sell. It's gonna be extremely hard to sell that rematch, because how are they gonna be able to convince the fans that Spence has a chance going into this rematch? That's how bad the ass whooping was. It wasn't like Spence had his moments and he just got clipped. No, bro, like, he got utterly dominated from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Getting hurt with every, like, sharp shot Crawford threw, it buckled Spence. He had him all around the ring. He physically just pushed him across the ring and, bro, hurting him to the body, hurting him to the head. And, bro, it was just a bad fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't close at all. So why would you guys actually want to see this rematch? Do you guys genuinely believe that Spence at 54 has, with that additional 7 pounds, he has a way better chance, or it's a completely different outcome in a different weight class? I don't know. You know what I mean? And from what I've been hearing, the rematch is actually going to be at 147 pounds. They're going to do it back at welterweight. They're not fighting at 154. You know what I mean? Which is a smart move on Bud's part because he understands that Errol isn't the best version of himself at welterweight. So why not? You know what I mean? To put yourself in the best possible position to win, why not? You know what I mean? It's a smart move on his part. You know what I mean? It could be looked at as dirty, but it's a smart move on his part because he did say that he'll fight Errol at 54. So to rematch him at 47, it's kind of crazy. But like I said, the contract is what fucked Errol over at the end of the day because in the contract, it said that whoever wins get to dictate the weight class that they'll be fighting in the rematch. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that just completely caught me off guard, man. I think Jaron, Ennis, and Bud is a way more intriguing matchup at this point in time because it's the idea of the unknown that's intriguing. Like, we don't know exactly what's going to happen in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Jaron Ennis, definitely a generational talent, in my opinion. That's just how I rate him. I've been watching him for years before he was even getting talked about in the welterweight division and just the boxing world in general. I've been understood that Jaron was going to be world champion and all that. Switch hitter, doesn't show any deficiencies in either stance. Has great power in both hands, hand speed, explosive, elusive, great jab, accurate. Bro, there's not anything in that ring that Jaron Ennis can't do. And Bud is a well-rounded fighter as well. So it's like, why wouldn't we want to see this fight? Why wouldn't we want to see this young lion get this shot against this accomplished, all-time great caliber fighter? Like, we've seen this in the past. We've seen this with Floyd and Canelo. Southpaw had a great point with Joe Louis and Rocky Marciano. Chavez Sr. versus Oscar De La Hoya. We've seen these things happen. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the passing of the torch. We might see it with Canelo Benavidez. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Why not give that young gun an opportunity? There's no way that anyone could convince me that Jaron Ennis and Bud isn't a more intriguing fight than the Bud and Spence rematch right now. That's just what I personally believe. That's my thoughts on the situation, man. But everybody's entitled to their opinion, like they say. It's just making me scratch my head at the end of the day because although I may respect that opinion, it's like I don't understand where it's coming from. It's not really adding up to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Is the Bud and Spence rematch more intriguing than Boots and Bud? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. This is Mazuma TV. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be on live later on tonight. Go check out the previous live if y'all ain't go check it out. I'm out of here, man. Peace.